These three glasses represent us as individuals. The water in each glass represents our emotions. This glass represents stress, stress of a job loss, stress of a challenging relationship, stress in daily life, whatever stresses you out. This one represents addictions, any kind of addiction, alcohol, work, drugs, gambling, no matter what addiction. This represents illness, all kinds of illness. We live in a society where we are being presented with coping strategies. So I've been given coping strategies to do on my emotions. I've been coping strategies for stress, for addictions, and for illness. So in this situation with stress, we tend to tell us to remove the stressors. In this reality is to remove the addictions. In this, to remove the symptoms of the illness. But in all cases, our unresolved emotions are the cause for all these situations. So the focus needs to be on emotions and stress, emotions and addictions, emotions and illness, is that this is not happening to us, but this is happening for us. Because in the two, there's a lot of blaming, there's a lot of judging. Either I'm blaming myself or I'm blaming my environment. My job stresses me out, my addiction causes my financial instability, my illness causes my unhappiness. But as we can see in all cases, it's our emotions that we all have are the cause of the individual experiences that come with these situations. So again, the focus on life happening to us instead of happening for us causes the adding of stress to our life. If that focus continues to focus on the emotions with coping and the stress with coping, it leaves us less room to focus on the happiness and the purpose of life. As that continues with coping instead of accepting and owning my emotions and owning my stress, and that way finding solutions to heal my emotions and my stress, what happens in many cases, now we're resolving into addictions. Again, increasing the stress because the addictions and the emotions increase, ending up in more stressful situations than if we would be able to resolve our emotions by owning them. As that continues on, now illness enters the picture, leaving us with less abilities to deal with our addictions and to deal with stress. But in all cases, the underlying issue with all of us is that we all have emotions, and all our unresolved emotions are the cause of stress, the cause of addiction, and the cause of illness. So if we can change our reality from coping with emotions, coping with stress, coping with addictions, and coping with an illness, to actually healing our emotions, healing the stress, healing the addictions, and healing an illness, we can heal the emotions, provide way more space in our life for happiness, for love, for respect and trust, and have a lot less to deal with illness. And if we even get an illness, we would look at it in a way that it's happening for me instead of to me, and not ending up in this situation fighting for your life with the consequences of losing the space to focus on happiness. So it's your choice to continue to live in a reality coping with emotions, coping with stress, coping with addictions, or coping with an illness, or say, I'm going to learn to understand what the cause of my emotions is, what the cause of my stress is, the cause of my addiction is, the cause of my illness is, and what can I do to help myself to change my life from this back to this, and have the space and the time and the ability and the energy and a strong immune system, because that's a big part of this too, to live a stress-free life, addiction-free life, and an illness-free life.